What's up, everybody? Your boy All Out Monty here, back with my second video in a few days, and I'm here to give you my opinion of what to expect from a new Bethesda Game Studios game in 2017. Now, in my last video, I talked about this tease that Bethesda sent out in their E3 invite, and how it looks like we're going to be getting a new IP from Bethesda Game Studios, in my opinion, Starfield. So I'm going to go over what I think we can expect from that new IP, whether it's Starfield or maybe something else, and what not to expect, basically. So let's get into it. First off, expect Bethesda to have learned from some of their mistakes from Fallout 4. That being the shitty limited dialogue wheel, and the lack of, true RPG conversations, and too much focus on shit like settlements, and not enough in RPG mechanics and role-playing. You can see an evidence of that already, them trying to rectify some of their mistakes with vanilla Fallout 4 in Far Harbor and Nuka World, which Far Harbor is, in my opinion, the best version of Fallout 4. I like it better than the main game. I actually just started a new playthrough and I went there immediately. And there's a bit more choices and role playing. I mean, there's only so much you can really do with that system, but there was even more like checks and everything. And there was a definite focus on dialogue and role playing, unlike in the base game where there was all these settlements. And I think Far Harbor only has like 3 settlements, maybe. And Nuka World, a similar thing. There's not a focus on settlements, really. Well, at least in Nuka World itself. I don't know about the shit they have you do in the Commonwealth, but it tried to give you a chance to be the bad guy, so that was them trying to fix what Fallout 4 lacked. But remember, Fallout 4 wasn't all bad, so we want them to improve on some of the good things, like the gunplay, which is undoubtedly way better than Fallout 3 and New Vegas. And also things like the animations, like just the stim pack stabbing you in the arm, the way the characters move around when you're talking to them, and their faces. Like only one game out of Mass Effect Andromeda and Fallout 4 got lots of shit for their facial animations, and it wasn't Fallout 4. So they were vastly improved from the previous game. So not only do we want them to fix the things they fucked up in Fallout 4, but we want them to continue improving on the things they did right. And now the second thing, they're not going to fix every mistake. Remember, this is only a 2-year turnaround from Fallout 4 if it does release in late 2017 like I'm predicting. They won't have the ability to fix everything and address every complaint from Fallout 4 because this game would have started development before Fallout 4 was even out and before they would have had a chance to look at all the feedback. So what does that mean? I think it means it'll likely have a voice protagonist because that's something that Todd Howard and Bethesda really wanted to do and they really thought was going to work out well. And although it didn't really work out that well, it could still very much work well in a new IP because they're not subject to the whole, this is, Fallout games, you're role-playing a character. The voice kind of ruins it. Or with Elder Scrolls, you got all these different races. You can't do a voice protagonist with it. But with a new IP, it could just be like, an action RPG where you play the role of, whatever, space captain or whatever, and the voice fits, sort of like with Mass Effect, like where you're playing Commander Shepard. Number 3, this will likely be the creation engine. I know that'll probably elicit a lot of eye rolls from people, but again, this would only have been a 2-year turnaround. So you gotta ask yourself the question, would you rather wait an extra 2 years for another Bethesda Game Studios game, so let's say not get a new one until late 2019, or would you rather get one this fall with the same engine? Now, for me, that's a pretty easy question because unlike most people, I don't have a huge problem with their engine. It doesn't bother me as much. I just enjoy their games. I enjoy exploring. I enjoy the RPG shit, even though Fallout 4 didn't have that in spades. But for me, I would much rather just have a new game and more shit to play around with than waiting another 2 years just to see some better graphics and better animations or whatnot. And number 4, this should probably be pretty obvious to most people, but some people maybe not. This won't be a new Fallout or Elder Scrolls game, people. It's too soon for Fallout 5. There may be a spin-off coming, but that's not going to be from Bethesda Game Studios. That's going to be from another studio, I believe. Maybe their Montreal studio, but I don't think that's coming this year at least. And for Elder Scrolls, they're still focused on ESO. They're pumping out these big expansions like Morrowind and new classes. So they're not going to just launch a new Elder Scrolls this year or even next year and have it take away a large swath of players from that game. And remember, they have 3 projects in development. 2 of them, Todd Howard said, were bigger than anything they've worked on previous. So let's just assume one of those Elder Scrolls 6. That means we still have 2 new IPs coming from it. So it's incredibly more likely, it's almost assured that the next game we're getting is a new IP and not Elder Scrolls 6. And last but not least, Todd Howard, Todd gonna Todd. You know, he's gonna say these dumb things, this incredible hyperbole when they reveal this game, if they reveal it at E3, and everyone will be, you know, they'll be all hyped up and they won't even care what he says, you know, that, oh, this game will have more fucking planets than fucking the Milky Way has, and it'll be like No Man's Sky on steroids with the amount of things to explore and everything, and, you know, oh, there's gonna be multiplayer, and people will just gobble it all up, and they won't think about it until the game actually comes out, or they start hearing more about it, and you know, it turns out he's exaggerating or lying. And then that ruins the game for a lot of people, which is very unfortunate because they don't make bad games. They make good games, unlike, you know, No Man's Sky and Sean Murray and such. But sometimes the outrageous things he says, like, oh, Skyrim's going to have this economy, or Fallout 4 will, you know, 400 hours of content or whatever. Sometimes those things hurt the experience for people, which is a shame. And you already know, if this game is in fact Starfield and it's a space game, that there's going to be a shit ton of Sean Murray comparisons, man. If he comes out talking about the amount of planets or anything, man, just turn it off there. Like, that's a wrap. He is Sean Murray times 10 then. It'll be good for the memes at least. But yeah, so that's what I think people should expect from a new Bethesda Game Studios if we do in fact get one in 2017, which I'm predicting. And if you didn't watch my last video where I think we got a tease about their new game, Starfield, you should go watch that now. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, I'm going to be focusing more on this channel now that Sugar Bomb is gone. So expect, you know, videos from me, you know, at least hopefully once a week, twice a week. I'm going to try to get at least 2 more out in the next week. And yeah, so share this video, and I appreciate your support, man. Peace.